So last year I did just over 200,000 miles. That is 8 times around the earth reviewing tech, going to product launches. So I'm pretty aware what I need to take with me when I travel. This is my 2025, what is in my tech travel bag, obviously keeping it as lightweight as possible because literally every gram, every kilogram helps when you are traveling that much. And I tend to keep all my things in one bag. These are the main laptops. So this is the new Asus ZenBook A14. This is the lightest Copilot Plus PC. And when you are traveling, trust me, every little bit of weight helps. So you can check this out. I can literally spin this on a finger. It's super lightweight. I can even hold it with 2. When I do travel, I typically just have my laptop in my bag. It is actually light enough that I could theoretically, I could stick 2 in here. And as an example, that is lighter than one 16-inch, say M4 MacBook Pro, which is not. So I'm quickly gonna talk about the bag, get back to the laptops. This is the one that has logged the most miles with me. This is the day pack from DB Journey. When I look for a bag, when I'm traveling, I've got couple pieces of criteria. First one, it has to be obviously functional, which this one is. And my second one, I just want to keep it super minimal. And that's pretty much what these packs are. They still look good, but they're super functional. So like I said, that ease of access to that laptop compartment on the side. Super easy to access when you need to, say, take them out when you're going through airport security. And the big thing that I like when I end up at a tech event or arrive at my hotel, it's the ability to get to the main compartment where you can see all your stuff on the inside. I usually just plop this down on my bed or at my hotel, wherever I am, and then I can organize my stuff on the inside. So you can see right here, this is actually from my last trip, all of this which we will go to. And once again, that ability to just zip that up in a second. It's got this easy access slot up top for things like my passport, my essentials, my power bank. It's super rugged, and on the sides and on the bottom where it gets the most amount of wear, this is made out of nylon, so it's just easy to wipe it down with a wet cloth. It doesn't collect as much gunk, and like I said, I test out many bags, a lot of miles traveled. This is probably my go-to for the year. So back to the laptops, like I mentioned, this is the ZenBook A14. So they come in 2 different color options. This one, the beige, is the one that I kind of prefer. I know that depending what region you are, they might only sell the gray one. I would say the best thing about Snapdragon laptops, obviously the performance is great, but it's that all-day battery life, which you're really going for. And once again, for traveling, you never know the next spot that you'll be able to juice up or charge your device. You can get up to 32 hours of video playback. So say on those long-haul flights, for example, my longest one of last year was Toronto to India, or I guess Delhi back to Toronto. That was 17 hours, able to just watch shows, catch up on content. And for regular use, when I'm editing video, when I'm just being a bit more productive, when I'm answering emails, actually using the device a bit more heavily, you're looking at over that 20-hour mark before you have to plug it in. Trust me, just travel with one laptop. Let's get to the rest of the lightweight tech that I kind of bring with me all year round. So the next thing for traveling that I think is super essential is a good pair of noise canceling headphones. And I won't say that Apple's AirPods Pro are the best. The only reason why I like them is they have these removable ear cups. And when you log 200,000 miles, these collect dirt, they collect gunk, sweat, they just, once again, go through the ringer. The fact that you can replace these, they're pricey, they're pricey as hell. They're $80-90 to replace these ear cups, but it's still cheaper than buying a new pair of headphones. For example, the fan favorite the Sony's, the WH-1000X Mark Vs, they're better in terms of sound, I think, but just not as easily replaceable. I'm not sure, I don't want to actually break these. I don't know if you can actually remove these ear cups. And whatever Apple makes their little cushions out of, I know that these are memory foam. They are the nicest on ear, they're the most comfortable. Over 10 hours, sometimes these give me ear fatigue. So I just go for Apple's because they're the comfiest, and you can actually replace or even wash these if you want. If you're more of an earbud fan, this is really where I go to just testing out new ones, just because so many come in. So these are the latest ones. These are the OnePlus Buds Pro 3. I was actually just on a cruise. That was my last trip of the year with OnePlus. Technically, the embargo of that video is the day that you're watching this as well, so you can watch this. These are their in-ear noise canceling headphones, and you can actually see the color, which is this nice faux leather blue that matches once again, going to phones, the smartphone is probably like your most used piece of tech. So I always carry my iPhone with me. So this is just the 16 Pro Max. Battery life is great. I'll leave it at that. And for Android, I swap these out a lot more. And like I said, that faux leather finish on the back is what the new OnePlus 13 looks like. The official colorway is Midnight Ocean. And the big thing around the new OnePlus 13, you can actually see the thin, once again, and lightweightness, that's like a theme of traveling, of the overall profile. So OnePlus has actually used a new telephoto prism in their camera to reduce that camera bump and just makes the phone a lot more manageable, a lot thinner in hand, which I actually really like. So if you want to watch my full review of this, I will leave a link up this way. You can check that out, but phones kind of switch throughout the year. So next in my bag, it's pretty much like the camera that I use to record all my content. I go with this guy. It's the Sony A7CR. Once again, it's all about that form factor. This is like full frame. I love this camera as both for stills. I snap all my Instagram photos with this, as well as for video. Like I said, I record all my vlogs, which I've been doing a ton more of. It records an S-Log 3, and for the main lens, 16 to 35, there we go, G Master 2. It's like a fixed like 2.8 lens. It's great. It's pretty much Sony's like flagship for vlogging for that ultra wide lens. I have a variable ND filter on the end. It's kind of like my workhorse, easy to operate on my own. Inside of my little accessories baggie, this is like where all the loose tech kind of floats around. So this is like a Peak Design tech bag. If you actually look on the inside, I have cut out the middle. You can see my like little hack job with a pair of scissors just to keep the rest of the stuff stored. So inside here, if I need any portrait shots, I carry around an 85 1.8. This is a Batis lens. It's silky, it's sharp. Once again, takes really good photos. I carry around this Sony microphone that just plugs into the top like so. You don't need an extra wire. I carry around the DJI Mic 2 if I need to hook up a lav. I think one of my next upgrades for this year is to grab like the new Mic Mini. Once again, it's just keeping it smaller and still has a lot of the same features, so I think I'm gonna get that on order. And lastly, 2 SSDs because I've churned through so much footage. This is the SL500. I kind of swear by Lexar stuff. Portable SSD, 4 terabytes of space, and this is their gaming one, which I just kind of have lying around. This is only a terabyte, but a lot cheaper, and everything plugs in via USB-C cable. And I keep them in these little slots in the Peak Design bag, which is just great and easy to access. And honestly, that is pretty much like my main essential tech. Like I just carry around my laptop, my camera, my accessories. The only other things I have are for power. So I have this Nomad adapter. It's 130 watts. This is great so I can charge the laptop and still charge my devices since it has 3 USB-C ports. Typically, I carry around 1 long cable and 2 shorter USB-C ones. If I'm going to Europe, I just have this little adapter, 10 bucks off of Amazon. And if I really want to churn out, if I'm not using the trackpad on my laptop, I just bring this little Logitech MX Anywhere mouse, connect via Bluetooth, and once again, it is super small. I mentioned the essentials, like obviously you need this to travel, so that's where my passport goes. I just have a spare power bank. Once again, 15 bucks off of Amazon. I just stick that in case I'm in emergency mode and need to charge something. This is the thing that you need. Passport and probably wallet. In the end, all that stuff you can theoretically like buy in another place, but without your passport, you cannot go anywhere. So I just have this little passport holder. I've got my Nexus card, which is essentially like TSA pre-approval. Anyone that travels knows what that is, just reducing the amount of time to get through an airport. And my little emergency, which I've used before, I always keep a little SD card kind of stored in here just in case I need to use it. Do not forget that. So that is like my main like tech travel essentials, like my lightweight edition. I'm looking to kind of carry it around for the next year coming up. Hopefully I don't do 200,000 miles again, because that was honestly a bit killer for the soul. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If there's any other like tech tips that you can mention, leave them down below so people can benefit. And if there's one thing for traveling that I would say, stick to one airline. Air Canada was like the bane of my effing existence this year. Last year, I can't even recall how many late flights, how many cancellations I've had, but like any toxic relationship, I am back for another round this year. If there is a very useful piece of tech that is the smallest out of the bunch, it's just like a tracker. So if you're rocking iOS, get an AirTag. If you're on Android, get something like a Tile. Keep these in your luggage, like you will not thank yourself enough. For example, my bags in India were left back in Toronto. I knew where they were and the airline just had no idea, and I was able to see that like on my app. So some sort of tracker, that is it. that is all. I wish you all the best for your upcoming travel season, whether you're traveling once, whether you're traveling like 200 times like I did. Enjoy it, keep things lightweight, and just hoping no one has as many delays as I did. Peace.